Jim, you decided that you didn't want to be a candidate for the manager's job. Why?
That's personal between me and Howard and the football club. I don't want to get too involved in that. It was just, it was things that I decided that, I've been here 4 years now, and I'd give everything for 4 years, and all we've done is progress as a football club, and I just felt that the time was right for me to pass the baton on and let someone else take the club forward.
You said when you first took over, I'm not sure if I'm management material. You've always been a sort of number two or a coach or whatever, but you're not sure you were cut out to be a manager. What do you feel now?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoy being a number two, no doubt about it. But I grew to like the job. I mean, it was new. I've come in and I've probably dealt with more in 3 months than most managers do in 3 seasons. We don't want to go on about what's happened in the last 3 months, but I think everyone is aware of everything we've had to face.
I'd like to encourage all the Newport County supporters out there to get involved with us as the sponsor by going to Nuts About the County and following us on Facebook and Twitter, where all next season we'll be giving away lots of fantastic prizes, which we want to give back to the supporters, really. So so please come along and try and win some goodies for next year.
Was the opportunity to be considered as the next manager?
Yes, it was. Yeah. The offer was there for me, but I just felt that it was the right decision now for me to move on. As I say, I've had 4 fantastic seasons at this football club, and I've given my all in every season I've been here, and I just feel that the time's right now for me to pass the baton on for someone to take the club forward, as we've done in the last 4 years. When I come here, we were second from bottom in the conference, and 4 seasons later we're 8th or 9th in League Two. So I think we've done a good job here, and I think that it's time now to pass the baton on and for someone to take it further forward.
So just to clarify, you were offered the position or a chance to be considered?
I was offered the job, yeah. But what's gone on between Howard and myself, is personal between us, and he's an honest guy, and I've got a lot of time and respect for Howard Greenough. He drives his club forward. He comes under a lot of criticism at times, but he loves his football club, and I wish him all the best.
What will your successor take over? We know the budgets are going to be cut. I mean, that's a consideration, isn't it?
Well, look, listen, you can't. I think the successor knows what he's taking the job. He knows what job he's taking, so he's obviously prepared to do that. And if he can keep this group together, you've got a group of players that are not a million miles away from. If we win Saturday and the results go away, we'll be level on points in the playoffs, but missed out on goal difference. So I don't think it needs wholesale changes. I think it's not rocket science. We need somebody or 2 others that can score goals with Aaron O'Connor. That's what we've been short of. But if you can keep that group of players together, you've got an established group of players that want to play for each other, honest, hard-working, and a joy to work with.
I assume people will think now you're going to join Justin at Gillingham.
Yes, everyone puts 2 and 2 together and come up with 5. That's not the case. Justin and I are good friends. There's no doubt about it. Sometimes circumstances are different, but as it stands right now, and I know a lot of people will be speculating, but I've not got a job to go to. But I won't miss coming up and down that M4 doing 40 junctions a day. That side of it I won't miss. I will miss this football club massively, and everyone around it. I fill up. I get a little bit you know, I well up when I think about it, because we've had some real good times here. Even you guys, you know, we've all been together a long time here, and you know, it gives me a sense of achievement to see where the club is at the moment.
So, in the fact that you haven't got a job to go to, it's an even bigger decision for you to take.
Yes, massive. You know, my wife's not too happy about it because I've got to pay bills, but that's life. And sometimes you've got to make decisions in life, and you know, it might be costly. You know, it might work out for me. But you know, I've always been honest with everyone at this football club, and no one can ever deny me that. But as it stands right now, I haven't got a job.
Do you think a successor should be in place by Saturday, by the time of your last game, or?
Yes, I mean, I think that, you know, if they get someone in place, I think everyone knows the two names that are being bandied about. You know, if one of them, as I say, I've had a meeting with the players this morning, and I told them that it's business as usual till the end of the season. We've got a job to do, and then hopefully, you know, they can put someone in place for next week, and it's time for the new manager to sit down with the players and take this club forward.
And I mean, you can speak with some authority and also a bit of distance. You've seen the names: Terry Butcher, Mark Yates, whoever. Are they the sort of people who will do a good job here?
Well, we'll soon find out come the end of next season, won't we? You know, I wish them all the best. If they, you know, whoever it is, you know, it's a good job. It's a good job and it's a great club to work for, and it's a club going forward in the right direction, as it has done for the last 4 years.
How big is Saturday for you to sign off with in a good way?
Massive. I wanna finish off with a win. I want to finish off 2 wins back to back. You know, I've had an emotional roller coaster since I've been manager. Had to deal with a lot of stuff away from football that probably most wouldn't have to deal with. But on the football side of it, you know, when Justin was here, all the stuff that was going on, we lost 4 on the trot, and we managed to turn it back round and go on a 5-game unbeaten run, and we were getting going again. And then we just come short, and we come short because we come up against good teams at the time that were all in form. Exeter probably for me was a turning point of the season. I felt that we dominated the game for 70 minutes, and up until the chance, you know, we've hit the post, we've had a one-on-one. Up until then, I think if we would have won that, we'd be talking about, you know, maybe playoffs. I think it was that thin margins. I think that completely dented our confidence for some reason, because we knew that we played so well, but yet got nothing from it and didn't score. And then we come up against a very good Bury side who I have no complaints about. You know, they come and done a real job on us and totally deserve to win. And then we come up against the Southend team, who kept, I think they've not conceded a goal at home all season. So, you know, and we've had a go for the last half hour. We've hit the woodwork twice. So the season's panned out on little defining moments. And for me, maybe the Exeter one was a big one. But overall, I have no complaints. The league table doesn't lie. And, you know, we are where we are, and we've given it our best shot, and that's all I can ask. And I've given it my best shot, and I wanted this club to be in the playoffs. But, you know, mathematically, we're not out of it, but we need to score, I think it's 18 or 19 goals tomorrow, which...
7-4.
Yeah. I don't think we scored 4 or 5 in one game. So, yeah, no, look, I can't have no complaints about the season. We progressed again. We first season in the Football League, 14th. This season, 8th or 9th. It's progression. And that's, you know, when you talk to other clubs, that's all they want to do is progress. And Wimbledon, they, you know, I use Wimbledon because it's the club closest to my home. They're delighted with their season, and they're a top half finish. And you've got a football club that has its own stadium, its own training facilities, infrastructure, and we don't have none of them. And they've never finished above us. And we've always, you know, even now, we finished above them. So I think this club needs to take great credit for that. And I think everyone around the club should appreciate the job that's being done on the park and off it.
Last couple. In hindsight, was Justin's departure the reason why you haven't made playoffs?
No, because when Justin left, we got on a 5-game unbeaten run and got back in the playoffs again. It wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have helped the situation, but I could target 4 or 5 situations during that time after Justin that's not helped the club. I.e., Zabrowski situation, Rennie situation, the FIFA stopping us from signing a player who had been training with us for a week. I could stand here and say all these things that have derailed it, but the one thing is, we haven't stopped trying. We haven't stopped going. So.
What's your one bit of advice that you pass on to whoever succeeds?
Keep progressing the club, because that's what we've done for the last 4 years. And it's a good club with people willing to work hard and get this club. Try and get it in League One, and I think that's got to be the aim for the football club for next season.
Jim, it's obvious to any county fan how much the club means to you. We can see it just, they're all going to see the video. It's clear to see, and it's clear to anyone who's watched the games that Justin's departure didn't affect us, the club, as badly as we hoped it would, because you've done a good job and the players wanted to play for you, which will kind of all lead back to the question of why you don't want to carry it on. I know you said it's private reasons, but all kind of logic points to the fact that you could be the man, yet you obviously have decided it's not for you.
I just feel that I've taken it as far as I can. That's probably it in a nutshell. We've worked tirelessly hard behind the scenes, and I just feel that 4 years at a football club, giving your all, I just feel it's time for maybe a freshen up for the football club and myself. It's nothing. There's nothing. Don't look into anything other than that. I think the club maybe needs some new ideas. I mean, I don't know what the lifespan of managers are these days, but I'm led to believe it's about 1.5 years. I've been part of a management team that had 4 years here. So yes, there's continuity, but sometimes you need a bit of freshness. And if I'll be honest with you, for the club to maybe stride on and kick on again, and they may need that. And I've been honest with myself, and hopefully somewhere along the lines, something might come up for me and get me a spark back again, because I think football clubs need that.
You'll obviously leave with your head held very high. You'll leave with the fans singing your name on Saturday. But are you kind of concerned that it's a nicer way to sign off from this regime, rather than if you had taken it on and things hadn't gone well and you'd have left the club not of your own volition early next season or midway through? It kind of spoils things a bit.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Michael, and you're right. But if I took the job, I'd back myself. Yeah. I'd do well. I wouldn't back myself that I'll be walking out the back door with my tail between my legs. If I take the job on, whatever I do, I'll make sure I do well. And me as a person, I've always been quite successful as in management teams, and it wasn't that at all. I have got a good bond with the supporters, or 99% of them. There's always 1% that obviously don't like me or agree with what I do, but I would say I do have a great relationship with them, and I just want to be able to walk out the front door with my head held high, knowing that I'm part of their history, and I can live with myself with that, and I just feel that it's a good time for me to pass the baton on and give someone else that opportunity.
No one knows these players better than you do. We've seen the progression from the conference and to 14th in your first season, 8th or 9th this season. The majority of this group's out of contract in the summer. It's not going to be your job anymore to decide who stays and who goes. That's going to be left to the new man. But Would you personally, as someone who feels a lot about Newport County, would you be disappointed if a lot of these players are allowed to leave or aren't offered deals because they have been taking the club in the right direction, haven't they?
Yes, I would. Yeah, I would, because you know what they've done and we've done is just nothing short of fantastic. When you look at the clubs the size of Grimsby's and Tranmere's and whatever, going to be playing their trade in the conference, for them to get out of that league just shows you, when no one expected us, the spirit and the fight in it. And I always said we were never ever the best footballing team to the eye. I've always said that. But what we lack in that area, we gain in heart and spirit. And we've always had more than that. And everyone I speak to at other clubs, they always say to me, "My God, you are one of the hardest teams to play against," because they play for each other, and that's the environment we create. And yes, I will be disappointed if it gets broken up, but all good things come to an end, and they'll all go on somewhere else and have good careers, get good moves, because they deserve it.
I'm sure you don't want to say who you think should get the job or offer an opinion on it, because it's obviously for the club to deal with. But you said before about backing yourself. A lot of managers who are in a quote-unquote caretaker or till the end of the season, or not indefinitely, would have wanted no one else anywhere near the club. That wasn't the case for you. Mark Yates, a friend of yours, you invited him. He's seen some games this season. I just wondered if you wanted to say anything about his credentials, because I know for a fact he is one of the people who wants the job.
Yeah, look, listen, I'm friends with a lot of people in football. I've met some good friends along the way. If someone rings me up and wants to come to a game, I'm not going to say no. Have I an influence on the next football manager? No, I haven't, not one bit. That's down to the powers to be. At the end of the day, they need to be comfortable with the next person they're working with. So, if I invite someone to football, doesn't mean to say I'm recommending them for the job.
Yeah.
What it means is that I'm a friend of theirs, and if they want to come and watch me play, they're more than welcome to come.
Good stuff. Obviously, with you're going to say Wembley. I'll be very surprised if you don't. But looking back, what are the kind of alongside Wembley? What have been the highlights for you? Because as you say, 4 years is an awful long time for a management team to be at the club.
Yeah, definitely. I go back. The Wembley one for me is the pivotal moment of, and I still think about it every day. When I see grown men, women, children crying in that stand, that will live with me forever. And I hope to God I can emulate that again, because you can't buy that sort of stuff. It's just unbelievable. That's a great moment for me, taking this club back into the Football League, being part of their history. That's a big thing for me. There's been some other, the FA Trophy final was a big thing for me as well, because I learned how to prepare properly going to Wembley, and the next time we did it, we done it properly. We weren't there just to become tourists and take pictures. We were there to do a job. So, that was a big learning moment for myself. Going away to Brighton and beating them was a fantastic moment. Spoilt by missing one of the best players I've seen at this football club, Byron Anthony. What a great character. It was spoilt by that, but as a day for the club was fantastic. The one thing I do feel that's got away, I don't think we've had a good run in the FA Cup. That's the only thing I can come away from my experience here and say it's probably the one thing that we probably didn't do well enough. But you're only as lucky as good as the draws. We never seem to get really lucky on the draws. But no, I mean, I could say lots of, beating Burton away, Wickham away, I could go on. Last season we've had some fantastic times. The list is endless, and I think you've all been and shared the same things as I have.
I'll leave you with the most predictable question imaginable, but what would be your parting message for fans, players, management, everyone associated with County?
Thank you for everything. I get choked thinking about it, but yeah, thank you to the supporters, the staff, and everyone at the football club. And you guys, you've been a joy to work with, and thanks for the experience.